Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Heroes of Loot, and thank you for watching. Heroes of Loot is a roguelike action RPG, guys, along the lines of Gauntlet or other games that throw a bazillion enemies at you, and you mow them down. There's secrets to be had, guys, loot to be found, and all that roguelike goodness, procedural dungeons, and all that good kind of stuff, guys. Heroes of Loot released on Steam May 2015, but it's been around a while on the mobile market before that, guys. Heroes of Loot was developed and published by Orangepixel, the developer behind Gunslugs. If you've played that, it has a similar aesthetic to this type of this game, guys, right here. You can go ahead and get Heroes of Loot on Steam for the first week sale price of $5.09 or $5.99 normally. It's also available on many other platforms, Ouya, mobile, like I said, guys, and that's something I feel like we should get out of the way, right out of the way, guys. Heroes of Loot is a mobile port. It started on the mobile market and then it was ported over to the PC. So there is improvements that are still being actively made to the game. Little bugs and kinks to work out and fix, so just expect a little bit of weirdness here and there. And I mean, there's a lot of things I like about Heroes of Loot, but there's a lot of things that make me scratch my head when it comes to the game itself as well, guys. Now, if you want, you can hit that big red button on the top left there. It says skip to the action. But otherwise, we're going to start off with the options, but it's really not going to take that long because, well, there really isn't that many options. There's a music option to turn off and on. There's a sound option. And then there's that little option there to change it to full screen. The game does not feature any kind of resolution support whatsoever. And it was actually really difficult to get this into a position where I could actually kind of record it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it does have basically these three options available to you. That's kind of it. As far as what you're looking at right here, well, this dungeon difficulty little bar up here, this is actually kind of important. The game kind of unlocks things as you play it repeatedly over and over again. If you clear the entire game, like on the first try, you can actually unlock this entire dungeon difficulty bar in one playthrough. It took me about 4 or 5 playthroughs total to unlock the entire 5 bubbles. And basically what that does is it unlocks all the different kinds of enemies, unlocks all the different kinds of traps and things that you'll encounter in the game to make it a little bit more refreshing and to keep things kind of changing as you get deeper and deeper into the game. But once you unlock all those things, that's kind of it. There's still secrets hidden throughout the game for you to find, and those are the things I like about Heroes of Loot. There's little secrets hidden all over the place. As you can see right there, it says arrow keys plus X or WASD plus L. I'm not really sure. I think those are the controls. The game does say it features full controller support. I'm going to say partial controller support because my Logitech controller, I don't know, it seems a little flimsy, it seems a little weird, but to be honest with you, it's not that complicated of a game. You only really need 4 buttons, well, 5 buttons basically, movement and shoot. That's really all you really need to know about this game. So the controlling aspect to it, it doesn't really matter if you're playing with the keyboard and mouse, unless you're a person who really likes manually targeting things. And we're going to talk about that as we get into the game here. So we're going to hit play. I can't hit X, there we go. We're going to hit play. I actually have a game going so far. I'm on Dungeon 10. I'm using the Warrior. Now there is 5 classes for you to check out here. And they're all very unique. They're kind of unique. They each have their own little blasts, basically, their own main weapon. If you're looking at this in Gauntlet terms, one of them shoots arrows, which is this dude all the way on the left here. One of them throws axes, which is the Warrior. The Wizard, of course, throws fireballs. She throws, I forget what it is, like daggers or swords or something like that. And then he throws, I think, like big giant axes or something. I don't remember. And that's kind of what makes them a little bit different. Plus, the strength bar, that means they're going to have a little bit more health. They're also going to, gain experience a little bit faster. In my general opinion, the Warrior is the best class in this game because he has the most health, and magic kind of, it's not great in this game. Playing the Wizard is not going to benefit you as much, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit as to why. So I'm going to hit back here, I'm going to play again, and I'm going to actually start off where I was last time. Now, there's a couple ways to target in this game. There is, if I started basically kind of swinging my mouse around, you can see there's a little box that starts appearing there, and I can actually hold the button down and I'll start massively firing in a particular direction. But if I wait for my mouse to disappear and I just hit the space bar, he'll start auto-firing. What auto-fire does, basically, it just kind of predicts what direction you're moving in, or where enemies what direction enemies are moving in from, and it tries to aim at that particular spot. And it's really just kind of an easy way to play the game. because all you have to focus on from that point forward is moving, dodging the enemy's attacks, and then basically just murdering everybody. And that's why I said it doesn't really matter what you play it with as far as the controller or the keyboard goes. This is a little side quest in the game, by the way. She's going to want me to collect 6... By the way, I'm just pegging her with axes in the side of her face there. She says, collect 6 chests and I'll reward you with a wooden shield. What is a wooden shield? Well, that's kind of like an extra health bar. When basically they say shield, they're talking about... Oh god, I'm going to die. Probably... Nope, not dead. Ah! That was a Cyclops there, and there is one of the bigger bads in the game right there. He's dead too. There's little traps throughout the game, by the way. Like those little poker thingies. I don't know what to call them. Gargantuan stabbers, maybe? Is that what a good name for them? Oh god. Fire, dude. Go to hell. So yeah, I mean, the combat itself becomes extremely simplistic. And yes, it is a 360, a dual-stick shooter, I should say. It does have that quality to it. But it's just far easier just to kind of just stand there and let the game shoot stuff while you just kind of kill stuff from afar. Now, these are the things I do like about this game. In the game, there's little hidden objectives. As you get deeper and deeper into the game, it's going to start unlocking more different kinds of objectives. So, for instance, like this is the well right here. And it says I need the cup of life to use it. I don't have the cup of life. I don't know what that really accomplishes in this game. There is secrets to be found. There's secrets to be had in this game, and that's why... Ow. My entire wooden shield's almost gone because I'm an idiot. There's secrets to be found in this game. There's secrets to be had in this game. That's what I really like about Heroes of Loot. That's the things I like about it. Are the hidden objectives. Or yes, the gameplay does get slightly repetitive. But once you start, finding those secrets, that's what kind of gives the game its replay value. And I wish there was a hell of a lot more of them, to be brutally honest with you. Like right now, I think I have to collect like helmets for this guy. Each character has like a collectible now. That I have to find, and that was actually something unlocked after I got like the barbarian and really far into the game. It was like a new objective that suddenly appeared. It wasn't there before, and now I had to suddenly do that. Although you just saw me activate was a lightning rune and a fire rune, and that is magic in this game essentially. You will find magic as random item pickups in this game, and depending on how big your magic bar is. Your magic attack will last longer than others. So let me give you an example. Let's see if we can find one. I did not find one, of course not. Is this one? No, of course not. Basically, I've already picked a fire rune, and it starts shooting fire at a 360-degree angle. It's only going to last so long because I'm a warrior class. If I was the wizard, it would last a hell of a lot longer. But nonetheless, it's going to disappear eventually. I love I'm just nailing her with axes. 18 purple diamonds, and then she'll give me 198 coins. Cool. So, I forgot to mention the UI. On the top left, we have my health and the number of keys I have, which allow me to progress through the dungeon doors and progress ever deeper into the game. Below that, we have my Exp Bar. And then normally below that, if I were to find a rune, a fire rune or lightning rune as it were, a little meter would appear there on the bottom. And if you keep your eye on it as we play through the game, you'll probably see it. And that kind of indicates how fast you're going to blow through that particular rune. So I'm going to actually try to find one. I just leveled up again, by the way. Oh god. I'm going to die. I turned off auto-targeting for a second like an idiot. That's okay, I'm not dead. Because that's the benefit of playing a warrior in this game. Is a shit. Okay, oh, there we go. Alright, so you see that little meter right there? That's the rune. That's going to drain a hell of a lot faster because I'm using a warrior in this particular case. So it's just not as effective as, let's say, when you're playing a mage. But it doesn't really, the benefits don't really outweigh the rewards. By the way, when you do auto-fire, it just wastes the entire runes. Which is why I don't really give a crap, to be honest with you, because it's just, the benefits don't, of magic don't really outweigh the negatives, basically. It's more easier just to have a character who's focused on hitting harder with his normal attacks than it is to use magic at any point in time in this game. Matter of fact, I think Wizard's probably the weakest class in the game. He has the least amount of health, and his attacks aren't really all that consistent. Whereas the Warriors, he has a shit ton of health that can rock into pretty much any situation. Pretty much most of the time kind of get away with it without losing too much, or without being too terribly afraid. So that's basically the differences between, let's say, the Warrior and the Mage, as it were. Now, the other classes are just an example of... I got that quest completed, by the way, by actually buying items at the shop, which is kind of hilarious. There's there's not a difference between both the other classes, but for the most part, like I said, they're not really much different. Some of them are weaker at other things, some of them are better at other things. Like the Valkyrie's like a middle class who's good at magic, good at attacks. The Barbarian's a bit of a slow attacker, but his attacks are hit harder, etc., etc., etc. And that's kind of how it all works. And this is essentially right here, here. There's the gameplay. Basically, you kind of walk through these hallways. They're all randomly procedurally generated. There's a rogue factor here. If you die, it's game over, and you have to start all over from the beginning again. But for the most part, this is kind of it. You're just trying to get as many as a high score as possible, get as deep as you can into the game, and collect, you know, feathers, or what in this case, helmets for this particular class. Maybe we'll see one of those sometime during this video. I don't know. Maybe not. It really all depends on the procedural generation of the game. Now, right now, as you get deeper into the game, it's going to start basically generating different kinds of traps and things for you to kind of deal with. Like, for instance, those little spike things. I have to destroy those first before I can actually get any deeper into the map here. Now, occasionally, if you're lucky, you will find a secret, which I'm going to see if I can find really quick. Let's see if there's any kind of secret area around here. If you run your character along walls, you'll find secret stuff, little secret areas hidden around the game. They're not always visible. Sometimes there's actually an item that will let you specifically see those, actually automatically right away. Is that all of them? Yes, I do believe that's all of them. Yes, you're dead. You're dead. Each of the enemies, by the way, does have a little bit of a different kind of tactic, but for the most part, because you're just mowing enemies down so quickly in this game, they don't really matter too much. I'm gonna fail the quest. Oh well, that's fine. Screw you, quests. I'm on floor, I don't know, I think 12, 13 maybe? Somewhere in that neighborhood. I know the enemies basically are kind of in a giant broad hallway and they're trying to all kill me at once. Now, you know, most of the time you'll find yourself kind of like in a small hallway and you can just, literally just like this for example, you can just sit here and mow down the enemies and they'll just all die very quickly. And sometimes the enemies even get caught on halls, which is a little funny. It makes them look a little stupid. Like right there, those fire dudes were caught on a wall. They couldn't just, you know, turn around the corner and come after me. They all had to just stand there and die, which I get, because if they could turn around, that was one of the bigger bosses in the game right there. That was the Minotaur! If they could turn around and just find me, it would be kind of, it would be all over, basically. It's very easy to get overwhelmed in this game. Matter of fact, most of the time, unless the game completely overwhelms me, it's not going to kill me. The only times I've ever died in this game is because I just was overwhelmed really quickly. Suddenly, oh, there's a secret area. We found some stuff in here. We got to level up, which is fantastic. My axes probably look a little bit bigger now. I'm not really sure, though. They might not. They are going to be doing more damage, though. I'll tell you that one for free. So she's going to give me another dungeon key. Dungeon keys, by the way, of course, will do unlock the next door, the next area. And that's kind of it. That's kind of everything. That's at this point, you just kind of rinse, repeat. You try to find secret stuff. Like, for instance, I have no idea how to unlock the Cup of Life. I think it's by collecting all of my little items. Now, I'm going to very carefully hit the escape button. Now, as you can see right there, there's a little bit of an inventory screen. The reason I said very carefully is because if I hit the escape button too many times, it'll actually exit the game, which is a very frustrating thing. It doesn't ask you permission. It just, your game's over. So yeah, I have like one little helmet there. I have one key, one potion of regeneration. It doesn't actually let you see or interact with any of these items, I don't think. Like, I can't click this. Oh, I guess maybe I can use that item. Oh, there you go. That's nice. Okay, let's go back. Can I use anything else? Can I use... Oh, no, it didn't let me use it. It just activated the game as I left-clicked. Oh, okay, well, there you go. So, yeah, there's an inventory screen, but it really just lets you more information as to what's in your inventory necessarily than you can click on anything or use anything for that matter. And, I mean, there's a lot of items to pick up. There is obviously loot to pick up in this game. But, I mean, for the most part, I wish there was maybe a little bit more items, more variety of items in this game. Because it does seem like some of the items are very similar. Like, if you go to the shop here, you've already seen what the shield does. It basically just gives you an extra health bar. Here's another one. We'll go ahead and grab it. I wish there was just more random different kinds of loot. Maybe like weapons that would, maybe something that would change up your attacks up, or, you know, not necessarily like the runes. The runes are cool, but I also think there needs to be a shit ton more runes. I think there's a very lack of different kinds of magic. There's only a lightning rune and a fire rune. There's no ice rune, there's no death rune, there's no poison rune. Nothing of those sorts. It's just all very, you know, only a couple different kinds of runes. Like I said, so just for a game called Heroes of Loot, I just wish there was more items for you to mess around with. For more items for you to just kind of, well, essentially loot. So we're just gonna stand here and just mow down these enemies. I don't want to be stupid. In fact, that's kind of the only way you're gonna die, is if you're stupid. If you just kind of rush into enemies, which, you know, you could get ballsy. Sometimes I just get like, you know, I'm just feeling a little ballsy. I'm just gonna rush into the enemies. Why not? There we go. You're safe. You're safe too. There's a shop over here. Let's go to the shop. Buy diamonds for 10. Sure, why not? So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's an entertaining game. It's very, you get pretty much just kill everything. How do I get to that? Go back. Go up. How did I miss that? Ah, very nice. I found a little cloak of invisibility, by the way, which basically means that enemies can no longer detect me. I can just walk into the room and they won't be able to do anything to me. They'll just die. All horrible, vicious, and terrible deaths. Just gathering all the health upgrades even though I don't really need to. Moving to the next room. Stole my cloak of invisibility, which is nice. I have a lot of gold. I'm pretty much set for gold right now. And yeah, I mean, as far as it is, it's a fun game. It's a very it keeps you entertained. I love the art style. I think the pixel graphics are fantastic. And I mean, it's important to note that this game was made by one guy. It was made by a Dutch developer, guys. This was made by one dude. So I mean, in that regard, it's a pretty impressive game. I mean, I think it accomplishes what it's out to be, which is kind of like a Gauntlet-esque style game. I think the auto fire definitely needs to be nerfed though, because I'm focusing completely on movement now. I don't even really care where I'm firing. It just kind of takes the challenge out of the game in a weird way. Die! There you go, I'm dead too. It just takes the challenge out of the game. And it just makes it really easy. Essentially, you kind of just start mowing enemies down, and it just becomes kind of a rinse-repeat type of situation. So I think that if they nerf the auto fire, you know, add some more items, runes, or maybe just something, just to change things up a little bit. It might make the game a little bit, give it a little bit more replay value. But you know, I will say is, like I said, I do enjoy the fact there's little secrets hidden everywhere. I like that aspect to it. I think that's what needs to probably be expanded on. If you don't make more items, if you don't want to make more monsters or anything like that, at least add more in-game objectives that kind of unlock as you get deeper and deeper into the game, giving it that massive replay value you're looking for. By the way, that is a Thwomp, which is, well, Thwomp's cousin, basically. He does a schmuck ton of damage if I were to land under him, but he's dead now, so. He doesn't move or anything either. He's just kind of a solitary target. He just stands there and dies like an idiot. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of enemies. Some of them shoot, some of them just try to run into you, some of them are, you know, ghosts or skulls, whatever have you. There's a lot of different kinds of enemies. Some of them spawn even tinier enemies at you. I think there's a lot of different kinds of enemies, but again, it's just they're all kind of lost to me. I don't really care who they are anymore because you just mow them down so fast, and it becomes just a matter of just you sitting there waiting for them to die. There we go. I'm really curious to see what this well does. There's like this other thing. Oh, I found a secret area. Fantastic. A lightning rune. Yay! Okay, let's just go downstairs. So we're down dungeon 19. At this point, he's gonna start, you know, throwing everything he can at us to kind of kill us. It's gonna start spawning crap tons of enemies. Eventually, they'll even actually start kind of teleporting into the area to kill you. Which is kind of about the only way I think the game could have actually kind of get away with killing me, when it starts teleporting enemies into the game. Oh yes, I totally want that. If I can get that, that would be great. Lens of Truth basically allows you to see secret areas and collect all those little goodies that you saw, like The experience scrolls, the cloaks of invisibility. Those are all things you're going to find in the secret areas of the game. And I mean, it's just, like I said, it just becomes very much a rinse-repeat type of thing. I just wish there was a little bit more diversity of attacks. I wish there was a little bit more diversity of enemies. Enemies are kind of dumb, too. But, I mean, it's still a fun game. I still, you know, it's a distracting game. And it becomes pretty, just, you know, it becomes entertaining. You're like, just to kill everything. And there's lots of chaos going on the screen. And that aspect to it it's very fun in that regard. I'm going to go through this hallway of death. I don't know why. Why not, right? Let's go down the stairs. I should also mention the game does have Steam. Oh, God. Right here. This is an example of when I said it tries to overwhelm you very quickly. I'm going to try to find an area where I can kind of back myself into a corner and start firing like crazy. Which I managed to successfully avoid that situation. Had I been the wizard, by the way, or pretty much any other class, I think, I'd have probably been dead. Because that's kind of the benefit of playing the warrior. Oh, there's a little thwomping dude. Okay. Oh god, I'm being my ass kicked. What the hell's going on there? Yes, take that. You can see just things get really hella chaotic at later points in the game, and that's what I will say is one of the better things about the game. This game just gets really hella chaotic. I really like that. Let's go to the shop. About 637 gold, looks like. Yeah, I'll take the cloak of invisibility. Sure, what the hell? Why not? It'll last forever, though. That's a bit of a bummer, but you know, I get it because that would probably be a little bit OP. It's not like our characters aren't already OP, for God's sakes. I also like the fact that your enemies can run into traps. I don't really need to be here anymore, so I'm just gonna move along. Because if at all possible, I'd like to get that second Cyclops down. That guy, by the way, the Minotaur can't kill you in just about. Oh my God! Just about in his own couple of attacks here. He can wipe your existence out, as it were. Oh god, we might be dead. If I don't get this Minotaur down, we're dead. Oh my god. We got so lucky. So incredibly lucky there. That Minotaur plus all those enemies, that was a little bit close for us. And that's why I will say the game doesn't really slow down or anything, like have any kind of like bugs or anything like that. Performance-wise, it does fantastic. I'm gonna drop to the next level because again, at this point, I'm just trying to progress as friggin' far as possible. I haven't really found any more helmets. I mean, that's one thing. I'm like, where the hell is it per playthrough? You find one helmet? Is that what it is? Is it not necessarily? Oh God in heaven! That guy just friggin' appeared. What is that bull crap? He just appeared. He's just like there 1 second, and he's not there in a second. What the hell? Alright, whatever, that's fine. We're just gonna stay here and just mow you all down. Please die. We got the lens of truth now, so we can actually see. Even though that guy wasn't a Cyclops. I guess he was? I don't know. We're gonna try to mow these guys down from afar. Lots of enemies at this point. Definitely trying to overwhelm us. Let's go to the shop. Let's try to head to the shop anyways. There we go. 482 gold. What do we got? A titanium shield. Well, this is hilarious because this becomes actually kind of pointless eventually at higher levels. It literally just disappears about 5 seconds worth of time. It's really not even worth it to get at this point. You can see just how fast it's dying. The shield. It really doesn't do much for you at this point. There's no point in buying it. It's gone. There you go. It's done. I don't know why they give you a shield if it's just kind of useless. But, you know, that's something that probably needs to be a little bit changed. The item's usefulness needs to be probably updated a little bit. Look at all these enemies, though. It's just chaotic as balls. But I mean, I think that's everything I have to say about the game. There needs to be a little bit more just weapon diversity. There needs to be a little bit more item diversity. Different kinds of spells, at the least, for God's sakes. Enemy AI is kind of stupid. There's ways to cheat it, like that I just did right there. They just need to be able to turn corners a little bit more effectively. They really have a hard time chasing after me, as it were. And I think that kind of covers it. Now, you know, there's lots of things I like about this game. There's lots of things that kind of just, like I said, make me scratch my head. I think for a mobile port, it does have its charm to it. I love the art style. The music's okay. It's a little dungeony. It's, you know, it's meant to sound ominous and dark, and I think it's okay as far as that goes. It could be a little bit more action-oriented. Maybe it would have been a little bit more, get my heart going, as it were. But for the most part, I just, you know, it's there, it's music, okay, I'm like, I got it. It's not necessarily my favorite part of the game. Yeah, I think that kind of covers everything I had to say about the game. I'm probably not going to die for a long time, not going to lie right now. So I'm actually just going to go through the entire game here. Well, I might die here, actually. Hold on, that would be great. Nope, nope, didn't die. Alright, so I think that kind of covers everything I have to say about the game, guys. Like I said, it has an unlocking difficulty thing. I would like to see more of that. I want to see more things unlock as you get deeper and deeper into the game. I mean, I'm on level 24 and I've only found one helmet, so I guess it's literally once per playthrough, which is kind of, I don't know, I wish it would give you at least helmets as you get deeper and deeper into the game. If you only get one through playthrough, that's not necessarily fair. So it would just be easier to just restart the game over and over again and just keep getting the helmets, but, you know, whatever. That's the way it works, guys. It's still a fun game. Just keep in mind of what it is. You pay for what you get. It's a mobile port game, but it's still a fun game. I still think there's lots of chaos to be had here. There's a lot of funness. I think if it was multiplayer, it would add a whole other level of entertainment to this game as well. You know, being able to play with a friend, do a little co-op mode. I mean, you have multiple ways of controlling the game. You're with your keyboard or with your mouse, and you have the controller support, so why not have that local co-op aspect to it and even add more chaos and hilarity to the game, guys. But I want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.